Hello, children. Today we will be trying to understand the IBDP CS case study 2027. First challenge what SL students has to understand or HL students has to understand is diffusion models and denoising. What do you mean by diffusion model? It starts with random noise and slowly removes that noise until it creates a useful image. Okay, and I have already explained in my previous videos what is diffusion model in a detailed way. The clear picture will be made into noisy image, and then again it will try to understand from that noisy image how to make the clear picture. Okay, this is diffusion model. So that is nothing but it will first create a noise and then clear an image and then final picture. And then again it will try to understand how the final picture can be reduced into noise also. So the problem is that this process will happen many times. So it requires computation power, more power and time. So the simple example is that if you have to make a picture of a dog sitting in the classroom, the model starts with noise and repeatedly denoises it until the dog and the classroom appear in a proper way. So what type of question can be expected in the exam? Explain how a diffusion model generates an image. A diffusion model starts with random noise. A neural network called a denoiser gradually removes the noise over several steps. The final result is a coherent image based on the patterns learned from the training data. Now, coming to challenge two, that is ethics, copyright, and bias. What is copyright? So for doing all this training process, we need large data sets. That means the data set which consists of images. So there might be a copyright violation when we are training, when we are getting the training images of so many artists or some companies. And the second problem what we get is bias problem. So if the training data is biased, then also we may not get the correct results. We may get unfair results. So suppose an AI is trained mostly using pictures of doctors who are men. And when we ask to generate a picture of a doctor, then definitely it will create a man. So in the same way, so what type of question can be asked? How identify two ethical issues associated with the data sets? That is nothing but copyright and bias. Okay. And coming to HL challenges, this SL students need not worry about all these things. So what is GAN? It is generator versus discriminator. It's very simple. So don't be panic. So GAN is nothing but generator adversarial network. So here we have two parts in this model. So one is generator, one is discriminator. So generator programming algorithm will try to create fake images, whereas discriminator will try to check whether those created images are real or fake. And so think of it as a student and a teacher. So the generator creates an image. That means the students creates an image and the discriminator, the teacher will say whether it is correct or wrong or real or fake. So the generator keeps improving while the discriminator also becomes better at detecting fake images. So the challenge is to keep the both the networks balanced. If the generator becomes too weak, it produces poor images. If training becomes unstable, problems such as mode collapse can occur where the generator produces only a limited variety of images. So what type of questions, sample question they can ask is explain the roles of generator and discriminator in a GAN. So the generator creates synthetic images from a noise vector. The discriminator compares those generated images with real images and predicts whether they are real or fake. So the coming of challenge four, hybrid models. What is a hybrid model? It is a combination of different models. So we will not depend on only one model. We will try to combine all the strengths of the other models like GAN, flow-based model, diffusion model, and VA. So each has its own strength and weaknesses. A hybrid model tries to combine them to produce better quality, more reliable. Here we will just understand what is a hybrid model. For example, if we have A, B, C, D students who is good at creativity, accuracy, explaining the process, and realistic pictures. So we will together all these students and make a project. So that is a hybrid model. So I explain one advantage of hybrid generative AI. So a hybrid model can combine the strengths of different models, potentially producing higher quality images, greater control over the output, and more reliable resources. So, this is nothing but generative AI for image creation, a diffuse vision case study. So, thank you very much.